डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर ओपन युनिव्हर्सिटी.
Welcome to Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University in the lecture series for the BBA course. Friends, today we are going to discuss Block 2, Unit 2, Subsidiary Book, Trial Balance and Bank Reconciliation Statement. In this unit, we are going to learn meaning and objective of preparing trial balance, limitations of trial balance, various types of disclosed as well as undisclosed error by trial balance, concept of suspense account and methods of locating errors. Friends, trial balance, generally in a trial balance, if you remember, in accounting is an art of recording, classifying, summarizing in terms of money transaction. So, friends, when any economic transactions happen, recording, classifying and summarizing stages are important. So, generally we have to record transaction in journal first. So, journal entry, then we have to record transaction in various subsidiary book. Ultimately, we transfer the total of subsidiary book to various ledger accounts and remaining journal entries to various ledger accounts are posted. At the end of the year, we have to find out the balancing figure of various ledger account, and from that balances we prepare one account which is called trial balance. Trial balance we prepare to find out any mathematical error. If your trial balance is agree with the same amount, means whatever we have recorded as per as the amount is concerned is correct. But as far as the errors of principles are concerned, clerical errors are concerned, we have to find out, we have to locate the various errors. So, friends, in the last session, we have learnt the very important concept of error. Let us go over them again in a 1 minute. That error means unintentional omission or commission of amount or account in the process of recording transaction is commonly known as an error, and if you find out the error, you can prepare trial balance very easily. And friends, transaction, posting, balances, trial balance, and at the end of the trial balance, at the end of the year, we prepare balance sheet, final accounts. So, trial balance is very important. A trial balance is detailed list of the entire nominal ledger. Nominal ledger means general ledger which consists almost all the accounts. In types of account you were taught all three types of accounts. All three types of account were there in a general ledger, and from that ledger generally we find out the balances. A trial balance is detailed list of the entire general ledgers accounts contained in the ledger of business. It contains the name of the nominal ledger account and the value of that nominal ledger account. Not only the name, but the value, the amount is also recorded in trial balance. The value of nominal ledger hold either a debit balance value or credit balance. The debit balances are shown in the debit column of the trial balance and the credit balances are written in credit column. Friends, in the format, in the structure of trial balance, we are going to discuss that generally when we prepare trial balance, it consists particulars, LF and debit amount and credit amount. So, debit amount, credit amount are very important. How to find out the balances that you were taught in that posting chapter. The financial statement, profit account and P&L account and balance sheet are prepared by using the trial balance. As I said, friends, generally the final account at the end of the year when we prepare balance sheet, it is prepared from trial balance. Friends, trial balance is a mathematical tally of all the transactions happens during the year. The name of trial balance comes from its purpose. The purpose of trial balance The purpose of trial balance has been to prove that the value of all the debit balances are equal to the total of credit balances, right. So, this is a trial before final balance sheet, that is why it is called trial balance. As I said that we have to verify the total of debit balances as well as we have to match with the total of credit balances. Normally, trial balance is prepared by the bookkeeper or accountant who have used the books to record financial transaction, post them to nominal ledger and personal ledger accounts. Generally, when we prepare balance sheet, before that if we prepare all the ledger account, all the subsidiary book, the balances of various ledger accounts to trial balance is transferred. The trial balance is a part of the double entry bookkeeping system and uses the classical T format for presenting value. Friends, in the format of trial balance, you can see that generally we prepare T shape, right? T shape for writing the debit and credit balances. Very important objectives of trial balance. Why we prepare trial balance? Trial balances serves the following objectives. It makes sure that all transactions have been recorded with identical debit and credit amounts. The balance of each account has been computed correctly. As you know very well that if we do not have any errors of principal as well as clerical error, because in clerical error we know that either wrong amount, wrong account, wrong side and wrong total can be possible in recording transactions. So, during recording, classifying and summarizing, if any error happen in the recording process, we can identify from trial balance. It provides for the test of arithmetical accuracy of various ledger account. As I said friend, wrong amount, if any error of commission happen, wrong amount is posted in place of 159, if 195 is written, then that is a wrong amount. So, if it is wrongly posted as far as the amount is concerned, we can make out. So, it is a arithmetical accuracy friends. This is not this is not accounting 100% correct entries are there, but arithmetically it is written properly or not, that we can find out. Another objective, as the trial balance contains the ledger balance on a particular date, the entire ledger is summarized in the form of trial balance and it is summarized ledger. As I said that recording, classifying and summarizing, trial balance is the summary stage. It provides base for preparing final accounts. This is very important thing, that preparing final accounts means for trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet, we need a trial balance first. So, that is why it is a pre-stage of preparing balance sheet. Certain limitations are there. How to prepare trial balance? Before learning this, we have to understand the limitations of trial balance. We have a various methods to prepare trial balance. Before that, let us learn the limitations of trial balance. Friends, an agreed trial balance does not prove that. See, these are the limitations. As I said, number one, all transactions have been correctly analyzed and recorded in the proper accounts. Friends, in error of commission, you were taught that if it is a wrong amount or wrong account. One more thing, in case of compensating error, the same amount is debited in other account and the same amount is credited in other account. So, then it does not mean that trial balance is properly written. For instance, if the wages paid for the installation of plant had been recorded debiting the wages account as opposed to the plant account, the trial balance would still agree. So, friends, as I said, in case of errors of principal and in case of compensating errors, generally trial balance is agree, but still we have a error. All transactions have been recorded in the books of original entry. If, for example, a sales invoice were to be completely omitted from being recorded in the sales day book, the error would not be disclosed in trial balance. Friends, in an error of omission, you were taught that there are two types of error of omission. In error of omission, if we have completely omitted the transaction, like the first transaction, if we have not recorded the transactions at all, we have not recorded in journal entry as well as we have not posted in any respective account. In this case, your trial balance will be agreed. So, in case of omission, one interesting fact that if it is written partially, partially means written in any subsidiary book like purchase book, sales book, purchase return, sales return, and if the other effect would not be recorded properly, then we can identify. But if the entire transaction has been omitted to record, then we cannot find out, we cannot locate in trial balance. To conclude, we can say that a trial balance should not therefore be regarded as conclusive proof of the correctness of the books of account. As we have mentioned here, it is only arithmetical tally for business, because if you have a total tally, there would be a possibility of errors of principal as well as compensating error. In case of error of omission also, if the entire transaction is omitted, we cannot find out. Friends, the very important thing is errors disclosed by a trial balance, unintentional omission or commission, right? It is called an error. So, unintentional omission or commission happen during the process of recording transaction. How to locate, how to identify, how to disclose that error when we preparing trial balance, that's we are going to discuss. In order to understand the types of errors and the rectification, we have to classify them into errors disclosed and errors not disclosed by trial balance. Following are the errors in books of account which are disclosed by trial balance. Error of omission. Both the side of trial balance will not agree when transaction has not been correctly posted in the books of account. There will be a difference in both debit and credit side of trial balance. Friends, in case of error of omission, if the entire transaction is omitted, it is difficult to locate in trial balance. But as I said, partially it is omitted, it means one entry, half of the entry is recorded in debit side or in subsidiary book, but the second effect is not done properly, then we can identify. Debit or credit entries are not posted at all or posted twice. See, if only one side of the transaction, only one aspect has been recorded, it has been recorded twice, the trial balance will not agree, right? This is also very important. Debits are wrongly posted as a credit and vice versa. A trial balance will always be in disagreement when transaction is recorded in the wrong side of wrong account. It is error of commission, wrong side, wrong amount, wrong total. If such errors happens, trial balance does not agree. Wrong totaling of subsidiary book. If the total of subsidiary book is wrongly cast, it will result in disagreement of trial balance, means wrong total will definitely will definitely affect trial balance and will not allow trial balance to agree. So, friends, clearly we can identify that some of the errors may affect trial balance and some of the error may not affect trial balance. Errors of omission. If a particular transaction omitted altogether from the books of original entry. See, these errors that are not disclosed by a trial balance, this is very important. In case of certain error, it is very easy to identify, to locate, to find out, to disclose. But here these are the errors not disclosed by a trial balance, then it is always very difficult for us to find out. Errors of omission. If a particular transaction omitted altogether from the books of original entry, if the entire transaction is not recorded, it means we cannot find out from trial balance. So, of course, that is a big limitation of trial balance. Errors of principle. These errors result because of an incorrect application of principle of accounting. For example, failure to difference between capital and revenue expenditure. Suppose wages paid, that is a revenue expenditure, but by mistake this wages or salary paid is written in or treated as a capital expenditure, then it is called error of principle. Error of principle may allow trial balance to agree, so difficult to find out, difficult to locate it. compensating errors. These are a group of errors and the total effect of which is not reflected in trial balance. These errors are of a neutralizing nature. One error is compensated by errors of an opposite nature. As I said that if A's account should be debited by rupees 100, B's account should be credited by rupees 100. In place of A's account, if salary account is debited by 100, in place of B's account, if discount received account is credited by 100, then friends, both are wrongly debited and credited, but they compensate the effect of debit and credit. So ultimately it will allow trial balance to agree, which is difficult to find out. Recording wrong amount in the books of original entry. If a transaction is wrongly recorded in the books of original entry and thereafter carried through the ledger, it will not cause disagreement in the trial balance. Means in place of 350, if I will write 450 on debit side and credit side, which is originally posted or written in the journal entry, then it is difficult to locate in trial balance. Recording a transaction more than once, trial balance will agree if transaction is recorded twice or thrice. If duplication of transaction happens, means the same transaction is recorded twice or thrice, then it is difficult to find out, to identify from trial balance. Methods of preparing trial balance. Friends, this is very simple and very easy. Mainly three methods are there. A trial balance may be prepared based on the following methods. Now, which are the method? One is a total method. Friends, in a total method, in this method the totals of credit and the totals of debits are transferred to the trial balance without finding out the difference of two sides, right. It means, friends, we have a various ledger account. Suppose capital account, machinery account, furniture account, salary account, wages account, etc. Generally in trial balance, what we do, we find out the balancing figure of each account. Friends, means suppose we have a two account, one is a machinery account, the other is a salary account. So generally whatever amount we have to find out the balancing figure, and ultimately this balancing figure is transferred to respective trial balance. But wait, here in case of total method, we do not find out this balances. We write only the debit and credit side amount. Suppose if you have some debit amount, if we have some credit amount, that will be written properly in debit and credit columns with the name, and ultimately we have to total up debit and credit. So in place of finding out the balancing figure for each account, generally we write for general account. Balance method. Balance method means for each and every account of ledger, we find out the balancing figure, right. Either it is a debit, credit, and ultimately in a trial balance, we write the balancing figure only. Generally, friend, this is very influential and very proper style of writing trial balance, preparing trial balance. Third is a total cum balance or compound method. Means total or cum balance means total and balance method. This is a combination, that's why it is called compound method, where we are writing all the entries as well as we are writing the balancing amount also. Friends, generally balance method is very popular to prepare trial balance, right, what we have written. Now see, generally when we find out the balancing figure from various accounts, just pay attention. These are various account in a ledger. Suppose we have a capital account, we have a building account, loan account. So friends, generally when person brought capital, what would be the journal entry? Cash account debit to capital account. On credit side of capital, suppose if we have written by cash account, amount is 40,000. Friends, keep one thing in your mind, generally we have to total up this 40,000, the balancing figure 40,000. This is debit side, this is credit side. credit side having more total, but the balancing figure is written on debit side, but it is called credit balance. Remember one thing, credit side having more total, that's why it is called credit balance written on debit side. But when we write this 40,000, generally MS Swaraj Traders trial balance as on 31st/3/2019. Now see, if I'll transfer this capital account, debit amount, credit amount, I am having credit balance 40,000, I will write 40,000 here. Very simple. In the same manner, suppose if we have purchased building of rupees 50,000, what would be the transaction? Very simple. Building is an asset. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So building account debit to cash account. So building account debit, on debit side of building to cash account, we have purchased building of rupees 50,000. Now at the end of the year, when we prepare trial balance, we have to find out the balancing figure. Balancing figure means, friends, carried forward amount 50,000. Now just pay attention, building is an asset, assets having debit balance, what we have learnt in a block 1. So here when you are writing debit side having more total, debit balance 50,000, when you transfer this building account to trial balance, it should be written in debit column 50,000. Very simple. The next is loan account. Friends, loan is written under liability. So loan account, generally when we take loan, suppose I have taken loan of rupees 10,000, cash account debit to loan account, on credit side of loan by cash account 10,000. And if I write 10,000, ultimately at the end of the year 10,000. Credit side having more total, which is called credit balance, should be written here in a loan credit 10,000. Vice versa, salary account, in a salary having debit balance, ultimately debit side having more total, we have a credit side written 10,000 will be transferred here. At the end, when you have wind up all the accounts in a ledger, the balances will be written here in trial balance. So friends, ultimately you have to sum, you have to total up the trial balance, and if it is matched, if it is agreed, means whatever we have recorded is correct. So friends, at the end, if your total does not agree, does not match, you have to find out, you have to locate the error. And friends, as I said, very important thing is, if error allow trial balance to agree, then it is difficult to find out. Vice versa, if it does not allow trial balance to agree, then it is easy to find out. So friends, if it does not tally, you have to find out the reason behind it. You have to find out you have to locate the various error of principals or compensating errors are very important, or will allow trial balance to agree. So it is difficult to locate. So friends, these are the method. Generally, we have 3 methods for preparing trial balance, but balance method is very popular method, very easy method, and when you are writing out all the amount, and if it does not agree, it is easy to find out. Friends, very important is methods of locating errors. As I said that some errors does not allow trial balance to agree, some errors may allow trial balance to agree, right? So methods or the procedure to be followed for detection and rectification of errors varies according to the nature of the error. Some errors can be detected and rectified while preparing trial balance. Some errors remain uncertified in preparation of trial balance. In order to maintain maximum accuracy, some steps to be followed. After balancing of ledger, the ledger balance should be confirmed with the outside parties like debtors, creditors, ledgers and financier, bankers, etc. Reconciliation of the accounts to be made if the difference in accounts you may find. This would help in detection and rectification of the error. Now see, if any trial balance does not agree, then how to find out, how to locate the errors? First of all, check the extra on or listing of the ledger account balances one by one very carefully. means check one by one balances. Is there any ledger account balance is remaining to transfer to trial balance, right? Then number 2, check the totaling of both the columns of debit and credit side. If it does not tally, find out the error. Number 3, now divide the exact difference by 9. See, this is very important, friends. If the difference completely divisible by 9, this means that there is a possibility of either a transposition error or a slide error, right? Transposition means which is not written properly. A transposition error is committed when the digit of an amount misplaced, right? So, digit of an amount is misplaced, find out that which amount is misplaced. Divide the difference by 2 and scan the columns to see whether the said figures appear on the account side, debit or credit. Means if you have a difference of 200, divide by 2. So, means you will get 100. So, find out both the side that is it any amount which is 100 is missing or related to 100. The next step is to check the addition of or subsidiary book total up. Now, try to recompute the balances in ledger account, do total again. Check the posting from the subsidiary books to the ledger account. So, find out, check the posting that is it properly posted to the various respective accounts from ledgers. This is very important word, suspense account. Actually, it is a part of rectification of error. Suspense account means when your trial balance is not agreed, then at the end of the year you are running out of time, you have to prepare balance sheet. So, whatever amount comes as a difference should be transferred to suspense account. But friends, next year whatever suspense account you have created in the last year, you have to find out the error, you have to rectify them and you have to tally suspense account. Generally, suspense account does not mean that it is a temporary solution. Yes, it is a temporary solution, but next year you have to rectify the errors which is related to suspense account. In accountancy, a suspense account is an account pending and temporarily to carry doubtful receipts and disbursement or discrepancies pending here for classification. If it is not possible to locate the error, you have taken enough care, but not possible to locate the error, then go for suspense account. After transferring the difference, the trial balance can be total up and balance. This account will automatically close when the errors or errors in trial balance are subsequently discovered. As I said that next year or next time when it is discovered, rectified, automatically it will be closed. Entries in this account are made temporarily. When the correct accounts are found, the amounts are transferred by transferring entries to the correct account. Friends, you will be surprised to learn that if you have some amount in suspense account, but when you rectify the transactions, whatever accounts involved in some, you have to find out the adjusted profit or rectified profit, right? That is also very important. Friends, so when you prepare suspense account, it is always difficult for us to find out the errors, but at the end when you write suspense account, you have to write off suspense account by locating various error, by rectified that various error, and at the end when you rectify all the errors, your suspense account will be tally. It means you can avoid suspense account next time. So, friends, suspense account is not at all advisable all the time, because accuracy in business or accounting is important. When you are recording transactions, when you are transferring to various ledger account, you should find out the balances properly. That balances should be transferred to trial balance, and ultimately your trial balance should be tally. If your trial balance is tally, it is very much easy to prepare final accounts at the end of the year in the business. And preparing final accounts, generally you will learn later on that generally we prepare final accounts or balance sheet or P&L account or trading account from balances given in trial balance. So, trial balance is a mathematical tally of all the accounts what we have written, but generally when we tally it, when it is matched, friends, we can prepare final accounts very easily. So today in this unit we have learnt subsidiary books, we have learnt how to prepare trial balance, and later on you will learn reconciliation of bank statement. So reconciliation of bank statement we will discuss later on. So friends, these are the basic things which are very important to prepare trial balance that we have learned today. So in a trial balance chapter, let's go over them again. What we have learned: number one, very important thing is errors. Second is trial balance. In errors of principle, and second is clerical errors. In errors of principle, we know that if there is a violation of accounting principle, that is called errors of principle. Very famous example you have learnt is a treatment of capital expenditure as a revenue expenditure, while in a clerical errors we have a variety of errors, that is error of omission, error of commission, and compensating errors. So errors and suspense account are very important for preparation of trial balance. So I think friends, in the unit 2 we have learnt how to prepare trial balance with three new methods, but method 2, balance method, first is a total method, second is a balance method. Balance method is very important to prepare trial balance, and it is very influential, highly usable method in accountancy. So friends, these are the basic things what we have learnt. I hope you have learnt it properly, right? Thank you very much.
स्वाध्यायः परमं तपः